Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For this video, we are going to be going through every single unread book that I have on my bookshelf, and we are going to be making a little jar with a bunch of popsicle sticks on it with all of the unread books on my shelf. So that way, whenever I am in a reading slump or don't know what to read, I can just pull a stick from the jar, which I think is genius. I actually saw another girl do it. I'll probably link the video or like the thumbnail somewhere up here so you can see where my inspiration came from. So this is the jar of rainbow sticks that I have. I actually intended to put Jamie and I's dates on here because look, you can see that I wrote on the top, literally says dates February 14th 2022. And you know what's really funny, Valentine's Day is actually right around the corner of when I'm filming this, which is crazy. And I even had like color codings. Blue was supposed to be home dates. P, I'm assuming purple. Did I distinguish that? Maybe P is just pink and purple. It's gonna be outdoor dates. And then R is red for restaurant, and then orange road trips, yellow movie genres, like I guess choose a movie genre and that's what we're going to watch as a date. Green is cooking dates, blue home dates. Oh, we're just going back in a circle, but those are all the popsicle sticks. So literally all these popsicle sticks that I have in here, they're blank. So I just thought, what better way to make these popsicle sticks useful, considering it is almost 3 years late that I make them for all of my TBR books. Oh, I actually need to get a Sharpie. I don't have a Sharpie to write on this. Let's go get that. Oh, okay, I've grabbed two Sharpie pens, one or two in case one doesn't work because I think I'm drying them out from not using them very often. So jar and Sharpies, and this is my bookshelf right behind me. There's actually some more like over here, but I didn't want to like move the camera to show you. Just know that most of the books that we are going to be pulling for actually reading is going to be more behind me. So I am going to start pulling books, but I'm not going to show you because I don't want to spoil which books I haven't read, even though you can literally see them all right here. So I'm going to cut the camera and I'll be right back. Okay, I have pulled all the books off my bookshelf. You can see that I literally did not pull anything off of this one. There are a couple that are gone from this shelf, one that's gone from here, and there are some that I pulled from this side that you can't see. And so before I get into the books that I pulled off the shelf, I just want to mention that these sticks, I know they're color coded and they were intended to be color coded for different dates, but for this video and the fact that I do not have that many books that are unread on my shelf, I am not going to color code the books to the popsicle sticks. I'm just going to pick a popsicle stick and write a book name on it, just so that way whenever it comes time to read, I'm not nitpicky about the genre. I'm just going to read whatever I grab from this popsicle stick jar. So let's get started. So here are all of the books. Oh, I don't know if I can carry this. Here are all of the books that I pulled off of my shelf that I have not read. Not all the way through. Maybe I started them and didn't finish them, or maybe I thought to start them and just didn't finish them or whatever. But these books, I don't really know what they're about. But they're on my shelf, and the reason why we have 12, I think this is 12, the reason why we have 12 unread books on my shelf is because when Jamie and I moved in together, he also had a set of books that he has read, but I have not read them. Therefore, they are now on my TBR unread bookshelf list. So let us go through all the books that I have. I'm going to put them like right in front of me. Okay, are you ready to begin? Let's get through 12 books. Okay, so the first one is Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, and this book I actually did buy for myself, and I did start it. I don't remember what page I was left on, but I bought this back in high school because high school was the period where I was actually starting to like reinvent myself, make myself feel better about myself, and just feel all around together. And honestly, this book started opening my mind to a lot of ideas, and I think I got maybe halfway through it and then I just got bored. I don't know if that spark of reinventing myself just left and I just didn't care about it anymore, or like it genuinely was just boring. So I have added this to the list of TBR books because I never finished it and I do intend to try again. And literally one of the comments is a must read for anyone hoping to live a creative life. But the one thing I want to say about this book from what I remember reading in high school is this will kind of change your mindset about how ideas come to you and leave you and what happens to those ideas if you don't act on them. Hopefully that makes sense, but let's make our first popsicle stick. Because the cover's pink. No, I shouldn't do that. If I match color pink to the book, then I'll know that it's that book. So I'm just gonna randomly pick a stick. Blue. Okay. Now we just write Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Okay. And there we go. We have our first popsicle stick. Can you read it? Is it focusing? I think so. Oh man, I think I got too thick of a Sharpie. Okay, so now we're just gonna wait. Should I put this back in? No. I'm gonna not put it back in yet because I want to make sure I don't get like all the same colors. So then over time, I'm going to realize like what colors I need to start picking. So that way the colors are evened out, if that even matters. But also, before I continue, I do want to say as well that whenever I put my 12 popsicle sticks back in here, I will not be taking the other ones out. So there's just going to be a bunch of empty ones in here. So whenever I start picking for books, I guess, I may grab some empty ones, which is fine. I can just put it back and grab another one. So the next book on the unread bookshelf list is Tuck Everlasting with Connections by Natalie Babbitt. And I don't know if this is actually a book or not, but this is one of Jamie's books that he brought. And I tried flipping through it to figure out if this is actually a story. And I think it is. But the table of contents says things like Coyote and the Origin of Death, a Kato myth, The End of the World, the Sioux myth, It Is Better to Die Forever, Blackfoot myth, short story, Irish legend, poem, haiku, tale. So like, I don't know if this is a learning book or a book, but we are adding it because I have no idea. So this will be different and fun to get through. I literally don't know what it's about. Like, this is all it says on the back, and I don't really know what that means. Winnie had often been haunted by visions of what it would be like to be kidnapped, but none of her visions had been like this. Tuck Everlasting. So that's why I'm convinced that maybe this is one story and Winnie's the main character, but I don't know why the table of contents says like myth, short story, short poem, haiku, like things like that. I'm very confused, but it is getting added to the list. So let's take another popsicle stick. Is this pink or red? Oh, P is for purple, and then this is actually red, not pink, even though it literally looks pink. Okay, that makes sense. Red for restaurant, but yeah, okay, let's move on. Tuck Everlasting, Natalie Babbitt. I think this is the dead marker because it is not writing very well. I'm gonna put this marker to the side. This is not the one we will be using. Let's put this here. Okay, ta-da! Next book. The Enemy by Charlie Higson, and I believe this is a series according to what it's saying on the back. There's like a list of them on the back, so I guess a total of 6. So this first one is The Enemy, book 1, called The Enemy series. There's also, it's 5 books actually, because The Enemy is listed first. So it's The Enemy, The Dead, The Fear, The Sacrifice, and The Fallen. And I also do not know what this book is about, but based off of the color, I'm thinking it's like some kind of zombie apocalypse. Like, look at that. Doesn't that seem kind of zombie apocalyptic? See, the enemy grabs you by the throat and bites off your ear. It's kids versus zombies, and no one is playing nice. Oh, okay, so it is about zombies and kids. The action, and boy, is their action, takes us through a London transformed by the unexplained illness that has turned every adult into a shuffling, drooling kid. Okay, so this is kind of giving me like, what's that movie called? Train to Busan vibes, that Korean movie. I think I might actually enjoy this book because Train to Busan was kind of scary, but also I liked it. Okay, so this is going to be on the the TBR list. This is one of Jamie's books, by the way. Most of these are Jamie's books, just know that. Okay, got purple. Oh yeah, this marker writes so much better. The only thing about reading this book is because it is a series and I only have the first book, that means after I finish this book, I'm going to have to go find the other books to finish the series. Hopefully it's on Libby. I really hope it's on Libby, or else I'm going to start this and just never finish the series. Because you guys know I read on my Kindle, I read the Libby app, and I try really hard not to buy books because it kind of bothers me whenever I read a book once and I don't read them again. And most of these books, luckily I like them. This one I've read like 10 times, maybe more, especially the first book. And I have 2 copies because one is Jamie's, he had to read it for school, and one is for me that I literally loved and read for fun. And then these are the sequels and third or whatever it's called. These books I've also read and I actually really love. I don't remember if I read it first and then I bought it because I loved it, or I bought it, read it, and loved it. But anyway, I do plan on reading these again. These books are by Morgan Matson and I love them. And same with these books, I love them. Okay, let's move on. The next book on the list is The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. A marvel of storytelling, a vital, important book, a book that matters not only to the reader interested in Vietnam, but anyone interested in the craft of writing as well. Oh, okay, well, if you guys didn't know, I am Vietnamese, and the fact that this book is going to be, looks like during the Vietnam War, I could actually get some kind of insight in my culture from this, or the history of my people. My people. I have been to Vietnam, by the way, and it was fun. It's very cheap over there. So if you go to Vietnam, you will definitely get items at a really good price. Let's see. With more than 2 million copies in print, The Things They Carried is a classic work of American literature that has not stopped changing minds and lives since it burst onto the literary scene. It is a groundbreaking meditation on war, memory, imagination, and the redemptive power of storytelling. And the redemptive power of storytelling. The best American writer of his generation. I mean, they had me at To the Reader Interested in Vietnam, so awesome. Why does Jamie have this book? Do you have to read this for school? Orange. I really like orange. Now we have The Road by Cormac McCarthy. His tale of survival and the miracle of goodness only adds to McCarthy's stature as a living master. It's gripping, frightening, and ultimately beautiful. It might very well be the best book of the year, period, by San Francisco Chronicle. And that is their review. I think Jamie told me this was actually an interesting book, and Jamie does not read. So if Jamie tells me that a book is interesting, I have to read it. This has National Book Critics Circle Award finalist, a New York Times Notable Book Award, one of the best books of the year review, vivid, eloquent, one of McCarthy's best novels, probably his most moving, perhaps his most personal. Okay. This is considered a classic literature fiction. Alrighty. The searing post-apocalyptic novel destined to become Cormac McCarthy's masterpiece. Interesting. I'm looking at the price on this book right now, and I can't believe paperbacks are $15 and plus right now. Like, I went to Barnes & Noble and Books A Million the other day with Jamie, and books are so expensive. I remember when paperbacks were only $9.99 and the hardcovers were like $17.99. Where are the days gone? Hardbacks are now like $30, and it makes me really sad. This is why I read on Kindle and read the free Libby app library online. Okay, I think I should just go in rainbow order so I don't start picking up multiple of the same color. So yellow for The Road. You know, like the yellow brick road. Wait, this is actually great. That's genius. The next book on the list is Love a la Mode by Stephanie K. Strom. I think I bought this book because of the book cover. It is hardcover, and this one was, oh, no price. Darn, I don't know how much this book is. Oh my gosh, I did start this book. I'm currently on page 6. I'm on page 6. Okay, so I did try. I must have gotten bored. For Max, there's no one else I'd rather eat with. Okay, this was written in 2018. I believe I bought this book in high school. Oh my god. Look at this book cover. It's so nice and clean. That means I literally have never touched this book. Oh well. I think I bought this. Oh, here's the price. This was $17.99. I was right. Hardcover books were $17.99. But anyway, I believe I bought this book in high school because at the time, I think I recently came back home from a trip in Europe, and I was kind of obsessed with any kind of story related to Europe. And so this is, I believe, a book that takes place in Paris. Yes, they are two American teen chefs that go to a chef school in Paris. And so I was like, oh, romance in Paris about cooking? Food? That seems like my kind of book. So I got it. And I guess I got bored because I never finished it. So I do want to read this book one day because now that I'm looking at it again, it looks so fun and cute. An utterly satisfying, delicious delight by Booklist. That's a kind of bland review. Oh well. Okay, what have I had so far? I have red, orange, yellow, blue, and purple. I need green. Okay, let's grab green. Do I even need to write the author of these books because I don't have books with the same name twice? Okay. We've got our 6 colors, and now we can just repeat the color rainbow. Here they are, our first 6. So we're halfway there. Awesome. Do I even want to pick up a physical book anymore? Like, I love my Kindle so much. It's so light. It's so easy. I just click, click, click to turn the page instead of just, because I see Jamie read sometimes, and he looks like he's struggling to carry the book. Oh my gosh, this is a big one. This is All the Light We Cannot See, and I believe this is a historical fiction from the Holocaust, and I, for some reason, have some inner sudden interest in reading historical fictions related to the Holocaust because it's such a tragic time, and I just want to see what stories come out of that event. I don't really know how to talk about it in a more sensitive way because I genuinely enjoy historical fiction books, and saying that I like historical fiction books related to the Holocaust makes me feel like the Holocaust. Never mind, I'm not even gonna say what I was thinking. But anyway, I am interested in this book, and when I found out Jamie had it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's literally on my TBR list already, and he had it, and now I don't even have to worry about finding it because it is right here in my hands. And I think he got it from Books A Million because this is a Books A Million sticker. It's got a National Book Award finalist, 10 best books on the New York Times Book Review. Nice, nice, nice. Let me read the synopsis just to make sure. They're living in Paris. Oh, maybe it's not the Holocaust. Oh yeah, it is. Nazis. When she is 12, the Nazis occupy Paris, and father and daughter flee to the walled citadel of Saint Malo, where Marie Laure's reclusive great uncle lives in a tall house by the sea. Yeah, okay, it is. Oh, this book was $27. Okay, I stand corrected now. All books were $17.99 when they were hardcover. But yeah, I'm so excited to read this book. It's kind of thick. How many pages is this? 529 pages. 530 pages. Okay, okay, okay. Maybe Jamie actually has a really good taste in books. And look at that. I didn't even give any space to write the author. Okay, so this next book, I remember when Jamie bought this book because it was when he was first starting his job and he was still in the training period where he didn't know how to do anything. He really couldn't do anything. So coworkers kind of just left him in a corner until they were ready for him to start learning. And so he bought this book from, I believe, Dollar General. It was $5 and under, maybe even $1. And I don't remember if he liked it or not, but this is the same author as the Legend, Prodigy, and Champion series. And I do remember reading that series and I actually did love it, but I think I loved it because I was in high school and the books were about like a teenager. If you ask me right now, I have no idea what these books are about. I read them when I was like 15 or 16, but if it's by the same author, I'm assuming this is good. And this is also part of a series, and so I'm kind of wondering, do I even want to start a series? But I have the book in my hand, so why would I not just read the book? And if I really, really like it, I can find the other books. The first sentence of the synopsis is, Adelina Imaturu is a survivor of the blood fever. I'm tired of being used, hurt, and cast aside. It is my turn to use, my turn to hurt. Ooh, gruesome. Maybe it's like along the lines of The Legend and the Prodigy, where it's a bunch of young people that are really, really good at what they shouldn't be good at. That is what I'm getting from the vibes of the first 2 sentences of the summary. Orange. How many books we got? Oh, we only have 3 left. We're almost done. Wait, did I miscount? I thought there were 12 books here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12. Did I miscount my sticks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did I forget to write a book? Oh my gosh, I skipped a book. There's a book on the done pile that I thought I already went through that I definitely did not write yet. I don't know how I got over there, but this is 1,000 Splendid Suns by Kaleo Hosseini. A brave, honorable, big-hearted book. Author of The Kite Runner. I remember The Kite Runner being popular when I was in middle school, maybe? And so I'm thinking this is like one of those literature books that you're supposed to read in school. 1,000 Splendid Suns is a breathtaking novel set against the volatile events of Afghanistan's last 30 years, from the Soviet invasion to the reign of the Taliban to post-Taliban rebuilding. Oh, okay. This is a book that Jamie probably had to read for school. So that's unfortunate for him, but is this another historical fiction book or an actual book? I don't know. If it's historical fiction, I like it. This is, how many pages is this one? This is 418 pages, and this one was $16. Do I not know how much books are anymore? I swear paperbacks used to be $9.99. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's add that to the popsicle list since I obviously missed it. 1,000 Splendid Suns. Okay, now we're back on track. Next book is The Life of Pi, winner of the Mays Booker Prize. Oh, winner of the Man Booker Prize, my bad, by Yann Martel. It's a major motion picture. I've actually never seen the movie. I think I have heard good things about this book though, and I can tell that Jamie definitely did not read this book, or he was reading like this because there was no crease along the edges. So did he read this for fun? Did he read this for school? Did he just buy it to say he did for school? After the sinking of a cargo ship, a solitary lifeboat remains bobbing on the wild blue Pacific. The only survivors from the wreck are a 16-year-old boy named Pi, a hyena, a wounded zebra, an orangutan, and a 450-pound Royal Bengal tiger. The scene is set for one of the most extraordinary and beloved works of fiction in recent years. It's a modern classic. Okay. A story to make you believe in the soul-sustaining power of fiction by Los Angeles Times Book Review. Okay. We're gonna give it green because that is the next color on the rainbow. The next book is The Book of Lost Things. And this one seems like a book that I would read during Halloween. Because if you look at the cover, there's like this weird witchy old man looking guy and then just a person reading on a tree branch. And I think just the leaves and the branches in general already give me spooky vibes. By John Connolly. Let's see. For a most unique flight of fantasy. Okay, it is a fantasy book. Cool. Why would Jamie read this book? This book is so big. I'm telling you, Jamie does not read. I'm very confused on why he has all these books. Well, I'm just going to say this book is like 460 something pages because I don't know if these are acknowledgements or actually part of the story. But look how thick it is. You're telling me Jamie read this book? And it does look red because this one actually does have creasing lines and stuff, and it does look worn out, or it's just an old book. This is cool. I'm actually getting into fantasy books now. I don't know what this book is about, but the cover looks cool. So I'm so glad to be adding this to my TBR list. Honestly, the whole point of me making this video is to also like show me and force me to see what books I have on my shelf, so that way I know if I don't have anything to read, I 100% will always have something to read. And also this will put me in different genres of books that I wouldn't normally pick up myself. So I guess I have to thank Jamie for that, for exposing me to new books. Okay, now the last book that I pulled off my bookshelf is In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. This looks like another historical fiction book. It's like there's a black and white photo of this old man. Let's see, it's a vintage book, a vintage international book. As Truman Capote reconstructs the murder and the investigation that led to the capture, trial, and execution of the killers, he generates both mesmerizing suspense and astonishing empathy. In Cold Blood is a work that transcends its moment, yielding poignant insight into the nature of American violence. Murder mystery. Dang, this entire list that I have on my unread bookshelf is crazy. They're all different. I've got romance, fantasy, young adult, historical fiction, history. Dang. Maybe Jamie is more well-rounded than me. Maybe he's a secret reader and he just never told me. Okay, we've got our 12 sticks here. This is like the best way that I can hold them. Oh my gosh, I'm getting markers all over my hand. Look. Okay, so I'm gonna like, how do I hold this? Can you see? Ta-da! Oh, my popsicle stick's so pretty. And I know I said I only have 12, but I forgot that there are actually 2 more books in this house that I have not read. And it is because Jamie recently bought 2 books at Books A Million because he loved the cover so much. They are fantasy books, and he literally only grabbed them because of how cool the covers looked. So let me go grab them really quick, and we will be adding them to this jar of unread books. Okay. I just grabbed the books, and you could probably already tell what they are. And especially if you're someone that reads a lot, you probably know exactly what these books are. JB bought the cover just because of these, and also because of how cool the front looks. His favorite color is red, and he just thought these swords were really cool and is intriguing. He did not even read the plotline synopsis, nothing inside, I don't think. And then he also thought this art cover was cool, which I don't blame him because it is 100% cool. And one of my friends actually did read this series. There's only 2 books out so far, literally just these 2, and she thought it was pretty good. And so Jamie is reading them. He is right there on the progress. Can you tell how many pages he's read just between there, right? And I technically have not read these either, and I think I was gonna read them after him because if he likes it, then I have to like it. And yeah, but to be fair, he's right. These are so cool to look at. The covers, they look really, really good. So I am only going to write down this book because it is part of a series, and so there's no reason for me to put both these popsicle sticks in the jar, or else I'm going to pull this one, and I'm going to be really confused as to why I would do that to myself. So let's write this one, and then we can close off our jar. Let's put them in. Now we've got 13 unread book names in here. Close it off. I don't think shaking it up's gonna do much because I'm not choosing a book right now, but there you have it. This is my unread bookshelf TBR jar. So whenever I feel in a stump, don't know what to read, I have 13 books to choose from already on my bookshelf. So yeah. Oh, look at all these books. This is a lot of arm strength right now. I'm using my leg as leverage right here. Ta-da! So here you go. Just a rewind of all the books that I have not read that are currently on my bookshelf or just sitting around in my house. Yeah. Oh my god. Ah! I just dropped all of them. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you liked the books that I showed you, and maybe you found interest in some of them and want to read it for yourself, or maybe you've already read them and you can tell me all about it and whether they are a good read or not, and watching me start my unread bookshelf TBR jar. Yeah, okay, bye!